This video is going to be a heavy one. We're diving into the assassination of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson by a guy named Luigi Mangione. But here's the thing that really gets me about this whole case. It's not just the murder itself. It's what Mangione etched on the bullets found in the crime scene. Delay, deny, depose. And to help us untangle this mess, we're going to be looking at Jay Feinman's book Delay, Deny, Defend. It's an expose on some seriously shady insurance practices. The kind of stuff that just might drive a person to do something, well, drastic. We'll also be looking at some news coverage and managing his own manifesto. See if we can piece together what might have set him off. Was this a personal vendetta, fueled by insurance hell? Or was it something bigger, some deep-seated rage against the system? So Feinman starts off by taking us back to the good old days. Way back to Benjamin Franklin and his fire insurance company in the 1700s. Back then, insurance was all about protecting people, a safety net for when shit hit the fan. But somewhere along the line, things got twisted. Feinman argues that insurance companies shifted their focus from protecting people to maximizing profits. It's like the whole industry went from being a helpful neighbor to a greedy, soul-sucking monster. And that's where this delay, deny, defending comes in. First, they drag their feet. Hope you'll give up out of frustration. Then, when you finally file a claim, bam, they hit you with a big fat denied. Often using confusing legal jargon and loopholes to justify their decision. And if you're brave enough to fight back, they lawyer up, drag you through years of legal battles. It's a nightmare. But here's where it gets really messed up. Turns out McKinsey and Company, the big shot consulting firm, they actually played a role in this whole shift. Yeah, McKinsey, those guys who advise Fortune 500 companies, they actually help companies like Allstate transform their claims departments into profit centers. Think about that for a second. Allstate, the good hands people, turning you into a bunch of money-grubbing jerks. Feinman argues that this change in mindset had a devastating impact on policyholders. And he backs it up with some truly heartbreaking stories, like the case of Kimberly Zillish. This woman was seriously injured by an underinsured driver. A totally legit claim, right? But State Farm gave her the runaround for a whole year, delaying her claim, forcing her into arbitration, and ultimately, a full-blown lawsuit. It's enough to make you want to scream. Then there's Unum, the disability insurance company. These guys actually had an internal award called the Hungry Vulture Award. It was given to employees who denied the most claims. It's like they were rewarding their employees for being heartless jerks. So we're starting to see how this delay, deny, defend strategy plays out in the real world, and it ain't pretty. But Feinman doesn't stop there. He exposes how technology fuels this system. Take Colossus, the software used by companies like Allstate to standardize claim valuations. Sounds harmless, right? But Feinman explains it often spits out low settlement offers, forcing people to either accept or lawyer up. These lowball offers often lead to depositions, stressful legal interrogations, designed to intimidate and wear you down. Most people don't have the time, money, or energy for lengthy legal battles, and companies know it. Feinman also reveals Colossus can be manipulated. Insurance companies tweak algorithms to undervalue injuries, rigging the system against you. Then there's the shady world of independent medical examinations, IMEs. Requested by insurance companies, these exams sound fair, but are often biased. Feinman cites cases where IME doctors downplayed injuries or ignored medical records to deny claims. Some even followed explicit instructions to focus only on negative causation. As if that's not bad enough, Feinman highlights the confusing language of insurance policies. They're written to mislead. For instance, all risks, coverage, and homeowners insurance sounds comprehensive, but isn't. After Hurricane Katrina, many discovered it didn't cover flood damage. Insurance companies exploited loopholes and obscure clauses to deny claims, leaving people in desperate situations. The pattern is clear: delay, deny, defend. It's a systemic issue, not just a few bad actors. Feinman argues laws meant to protect us are toothless. Proving bad faith by insurance companies is nearly impossible, even when they blatantly exploit us. So, what's the solution? Feinman suggests tougher laws that define and punish bad faith practices, making it easier for policyholders to hold companies accountable. He also advocates for transparency, like publicly disclosing claim denial rates, processing times, and complaints, a report card for insurance companies. This would empower consumers and pressure companies to clean up their act. Feynman even proposes a radical idea: insurance against wrongful denial. Essentially, a policy that protects you from your own insurance company. It might sound far-fetched, but in a system incentivized to screw you over, it could level the playing field. Let's circle back to Mangione. Luigi Mangione's motivations appear to be deeply rooted in his frustration and anger towards the U.S. healthcare system. In his manifesto, he explicitly stated that he believed the system was corrupt and driven by greed, and he referred to healthcare executives as parasites. While he suffered from a condition called spondylolisthesis, where a vertebra in the spine slips out of alignment, causing chronic pain, his frustration likely stemmed from the ongoing pain and the challenges he faced with the healthcare system, including potential difficulties with insurance claims and the perceived lack of adequate support from healthcare providers. His posts on social media indicate that he felt let down by the system, which contributed to his growing anger and resentment. And while Mangione was not a client of UnitedHealthcare, it's believed that he targeted the company due to its size and influence as the largest health insurer in the United States. His case exposed the deep frustration many feel towards the insurance industry. It's easy to dismiss him as a lone wolf, but his story shines a light on systemic issues. After reading Feynman's book, it's hard not to feel the system is rigged against us. We need to become informed consumers, understand our policies, and be ready to fight back. Support organizations advocating for policyholder rights and demand accountability. Mangione's actions were tragic, but they've forced a spotlight on the dark underbelly of the insurance industry. Let's keep that light shining, expose their tactics, demand better, and fight for a system that protects us, not profits. Have you been wronged by the insurance company? Were you, or anyone that you know, a victim to this rigged system? Tell us your story in the comments below. Until next time, be safe out there.